Praise the Lord. Good day and welcome to the Shooter Word. I'm your host and speaker, Pastor Jonathan Ferriol, and thanks for joining us today. And joining me today in this edition of the Shooter Word is Brother Rod Surilla. He is one of my associate pastors here in the PMCC Fort Watch in the city of Gardena. And he's going to be joining me today in the discussion of a very important evangelistic activity that we're doing in the church. Brother Rod?
Thank you, Pastor Jonathan, for having me in this program.
Brother Rod, prior to his assignment to the United States, worked extensively as a missionary in Papua New Guinea. Tell us something about that stint of yours as a missionary.
I was there for from 90 to 93, and we were able to establish 2 missionary works in Papua New Guinea, in Mount Hagen, and in the capital itself, Port Moresby.
And this is the reason why I decided to bring him in order to minister to us today in this program, because he is one man who knows extensively about the missionary work. And today in this edition of the Shooter Word, we will be talking about something that we are very passionate about, and something that we are doing with zeal and with a lot of consistency, and it's none other than public evangelism or street preaching.
We are doing this really way back when we were in the Philippines, and even until here in this place in the U.S. We are committed to proclaim this message publicly, never minding if there are non-Filipinos or other people listening to us.
Chances are, if you see somebody wearing necktie and wearing white shirt and preaching in the streets of LA or in San Pedro every Saturday morning, or in parking spaces or public places like here in Carson and Gardena, most likely it's us.
We even sing praises songs during our
and we preach the gospel. We do have our weekly preaching in front of Seafood, in Compton, in Chinatown,
Del Amo train station.
And I really believe that there are some of you out there who are viewers of this program who have already met us personally, or some of the members of our evangelistic team. And so in this particular edition of the Shooter Word, this is what I want that we talk about, so that our viewers and the public could be greatly enlightened concerning our reason for doing street preaching.
Yeah, it's a good subject to talk about, Pastor.
Yes, and speaking of street preaching, there are also some people who do not fully understand and see the beauty and the benefit of street preaching. They resent it, and they even malign it.
I agree with you.
Sad to say. And one of the things that they say about our street preaching is, this is one of the popular things that they say about us, is that we are wasting our time.
Personally, I've been hearing that, wasting a lot of time. But I believe, Pastor, that probably these people are simply saying those expressions, wasting a lot of time, maybe because they haven't fully heard or understood what we are saying publicly, because it's really a waste of time if you're talking to something that is pointless.
Yes, and it is really a waste of time if what one is saying is without any message, or it is a waste of time if nobody is being blessed, if nobody is being led to the Lord.
Or they do not benefit from it.
Exactly, but contrary is there are a lot of people who are being blessed, and a lot of people who are being led to the Lord. So it is not a waste of time.
It is not a waste of time.
And what other reasons do you hear people say about our street preaching?
What other reason that they say about our street preaching is they say no one is listening, why you preach?
Yeah, I've heard that reason mentioned to me actually many times already. They say that you're wasting your time
Right.
because no one is listening to us. But in reality, there are a lot of people who are listening.
A lot of them.
But the only thing that they think that no one is listening is because people do not immediately respond.
Right.
And so when they see people not responding, they think no one is listening.
Right. When no one is responding, that doesn't really equal to that idea that no one is really listening. Because in fact, many of our team members, when after preaching in the street, they usually go back to the, after preaching, witnessing or telling us about the people they've met, talking to them, supporting them, affirming them even.
And we have a lot of members already who have been led to the Lord and
I
who have
agree with that
received
as well.
salvation through our public preaching.
Right.
And so it is really unfair to say that no one is listening to street preaching. Actually, a lot of people are listening, and a lot of them are actually giving us feedback, although they do not give feedback in the way that is so public and so vocal, but
Right.
they do respond to our message.
They may not be listening for that long, but you know, as people passes by, they usually give at least a portion of their time to hear about what we're saying.
Another accusation we hear is this: we're disturbing the peace.
Right.
They say that when we preach in the streets, they say, you are disturbing the peace.
And that is something really strange to me because I don't know how they view, how do they see this word peace? Like, you know, how do they
Look at
accuse
it.
us? Yeah.
And that's also the question in my mind. I'm really wondering what kind of peace
Right, right.
that we are destroying and what kind of peace that we are ruining. Because actually, what we're doing is something peaceful.
Right. We even actually bringing to them the message of peace.
The message
real
of peace.
right?
And the gospel is called the message of peace. The preaching that we do is very peaceful.
Right.
We are not confronting people. We are not disturbing people's routine. And so I don't see anything harmful in what we're doing.
There's no harmful, Pastor, in what we're doing.
Yeah, because it is very peaceful. And if being led to the Lord is not peaceful, if being saved and being given peace of mind is not peaceful, then I really don't know what peaceful is.
Right.
Because basically that is what we are sharing to people, and that is what we are making them see. The peace that comes from God, the peace knowing that God cares. And so
How I wish that they can meet our church members
Yes.
who have been, who have received this peace that
Yeah.
we have been preaching through the gospel.
yes. And so and one last accusation that some people say, or some people think about our preaching is this: that we are disrespecting the Bible, that we are, bringing the Bible down to the pits, that we are stepping on it and maligning it.